Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Tea with Spirit. Just waiting for everyone to come live. Hi, Dee. 6 of you are on. Got a lot of things to talk about today. Hey, Boo. Hey, Ryan. Thank you. I normally don't wear the hat that much, but I felt like doing that today. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to be here. Just waiting for a lot of you. I have some important news. Hi, Mr. Shoddy Red. So I went and got, it's a hurricane close by. You know, there is a disturbance. Hi, guys. Mr. Shoddy Red, I've been live every Wednesday. I don't do lives anymore like I used to. Where like, I guess with like the videos, and I would chat with y'all as I, do the YouTube videos. Hi, guys. So I have some important announcement to make. I went to the hospital and I got some tests done. And then I went to my doctor and got the results. And I don't know how to tell you this. But it turns out that I took a DNA test and I'm 100% that witch. Had you going for a minute, right? I know I should never be joking about that. I had y'all going for a moment. I'm sorry about that. This is not funny, like to be using about medical and stuff, but I had to do this. I had planned this out, kind of doing my debut acting on here. Just kidding. But I had to do this. My friend Starla Ramirez, I love her to death. She is one of my clients and she's so sweet. I think her sister makes these shirts and she offered me one. And when I got it, I was like, oh my God, can y'all see that? It's so me. I haven't worn it. I like V-necks a lot more, but I'm not unappreciative. I'm definitely going to wear it and sport it. But I'm also going to save it because I definitely want to have that for memories. It's very special to me, that shirt. Talking about that, I have some major tea for y'all. Like y'all know that when I do these lives with you once a week, I always spend the first 30 minutes chatting about, things that are going on in my life, etc. Thank you, Lauren, for the donation. I love you. I'm sorry, guys. Did y'all really believe it for a second that I was like sick or something? I had it all planned on how I was going to deliver that. And I try to keep my serious face, but I just couldn't at the end. Yes, thank you, Ryan. Please hit that like button. Please share. I love you guys, and I hope that you can appreciate my sense of humor. Like I said, it's not funny to be using medical as any kind of excuse, even though some people do it. And I kind of put it in the as clickbait on the title because that's how a lot of YouTubers get a lot of views. And I'm kind of learning the tricks by myself because I notice a lot of YouTubers don't want to associate with me, or I don't get to chat with them. A lot of them that have big channels, they see a lot of us that have baby channels, or semi-growing channels. And this time last year, I had about my channel had about 6,000 subscribers. Then I did the Kim Porter psychic reading, and then my channel blew up. So I am just so grateful to each and every one of you for being here, my rays of light. And I hope that the channel does continue to grow. I do feel like it will. But I don't know like all the tips and things like hashtags and, what other YouTubers that have like 1 million subscribers or like a couple, like up in the triple digits, how they do that. But it doesn't really matter. It's not about the numbers or anything like that, but just, having y'all here. Yeah, Thank you, Denise. And yeah, I noticed that, like, a lot of the YouTubers that are in the spiritual community, they have a lot more followers. I get a lot of people coming to my channel and commenting that, they love this other medium's channel, et cetera, et cetera. And they're very, a lot of those people have managers that help them. They have agents, they have people that do that for them. So I don't. My channel has grown organically. A lot of the channels that are out there that are huge, I'm just going to give you the real tea. A lot of those are paid for subscribers. There are people that there are softwares and things that can kind of tweak your numbers, etc. So a lot of these that have 1 million, they didn't really get them organically. And I'm very proud of the fact that mine are organically. And so I'm very happy for that. But yeah, I was going to tell you, talking about t-shirts, I have, I'm designing right now a t-shirt, and I'm going to be partnering with Teespring, God willing. If it all works out, basically, yeah, they buy subs. Yeah, they do that. Just like on Instagram, a lot of people that have these 1 million followers or 100,000 followers, they're all kind of like robotic, and just that Instagram hasn't busted them, but they're basically using like a marketing software that kind of follows and unfollows people, etc. But yes, I'm getting my merch. I'm designing a logo right now. It's going to be a good design. I know that you guys will love it. Other YouTubers have done that. I haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely going to be doing that. So I'm very excited. That logo will go on mugs as well. So coffee mugs, you'll have that on there. And then you'll have it on t-shirts. So it's very exciting times for me. Very, very exciting. And for all of you, because without y'all, I would not be here and this would not be possible. So I never take you for granted. And yeah, I got my cards here today. And I'll be doing some readings. The Starseed Footstep Oracle cards. They got the rainbow. I'm selling out. I am so grateful. When I ordered these, I ordered a certain quantity, not really knowing how much they were going to sell or how many I was going to be able to sell of them. But I've shipped already to the UK. Shout out to my UK peeps, to Canada, my Canadian peeps, to Australia, my Australian peeps, and of course here in the US. So these are selling like hotcakes, and I'm just so grateful. I actually had to place another order for a bulk of these, and so they're coming in. I'm new to your show and I enjoy your readings. Thank you, Beryl. Let's see. Lowe's wifey, you'll get them. I mean, they retail for $29, which, when you look at Amazon, a lot of the other tarot cards and stuff, a lot of them are like maybe a little cheaper, but I do autograph these, so that makes them kind of unique. And not only that, but like I said, these cards are so different than what you normally would get from other tarot cards, in my opinion. Of course, I may be a little biased because these are mine, but the fact is that when you do a reading with my cards, they're pretty much self-explanatory. Thank you, Edna. You're such a sweetheart. And they're pretty self-explanatory. It's just like, you pull a couple of cards, you ask a specific question to spirit. Of course, pray beforehand and clear your energy using sage or something like that. Say a prayer, meditate, whatever, and then, ask a specific question to my cards. And if you pull a couple, you definitely will get very to the point answers. Now, those of you that are listening that have not known about this, basically you need to, if you don't understand a certain card or you're getting freaked out, I do have a manual. I didn't include it in here because I'm eating all the production costs for this. I'm not going through like a publishing company that is doing it all for me and then they're taking my profits. So whatever I make, I'm also spending I have expenses and I'm spending on it. So I have a PDF file of the manual. And if you want it, you can just ask me, email me, send me a DM, and I'll email it to you. It's in a PDF format. And so you'll be able to understand a little bit better, what the cards mean, etc. Because I was not going to create a deck of cards without having, obviously a manual. Because I did, I think it's just, you need a manual for your cards, even if they're self-explanatory. So I'm going to just have a little bit of I didn't have tea today or coffee. I have my Fruit punch, don't worry, it's sugar-free. It is Crystal Light. Crystal Light, if you're listening to my channel, it's not sponsored, but it should be. Thank you. I decided to wear orange because to me, we're already in the fall. It is the, I know it's like still summer, but fall's like maybe what, next week, the 21st. So I'm very excited about that. I love Crystal Light's my fave. Peach Mango, yeah, that's my favorite, the Peach Mango. And then the second favorite is Fruit Punch. Then I like also the, what's the other one? Lemon Iced Tea. And the other one is Wild Strawberry. Those are my favorite. I don't like the other ones. Lauren Floyd, you're so sweet. She says, yes, give Ray his coins. I'm also, 21st is my B-day. All right, early happy birthday to Mr. Ryan Thomas. That's my boo. He's the one that does a lot of he's the moderator on here. And also Nicole Sorkin, and they're both my moderators on this these lives. And he also is the one that is always on my horoscope videos, and gives the timestamps of when certain horoscopes start and where they end, etc. So I really appreciate all the work that you do, Ryan, and all of you. I really appreciate. So then Friday, I get my iPhone. I'm going to be doing an unboxing on that. I ordered, like I said last time, for those of you that maybe didn't join, I probably sound like a broken record for those of you that have last week, but I am getting my iPhone Pro Max, iPhone 11. So I'm very excited about that. I'll be doing a video on that, like an unboxing, because it's just amazing, what Apple comes out with, especially with the 3 cameras. For me, I definitely needed it because I do a lot of my videos. Now I'm starting to do more in front of the camera. So I needed something where I'm not very tech savvy. And like I said, I don't have people doing it for me like other people do. And so editing videos is kind of hard with software for me. But the feature on that iPhone 11 is that you can actually do the editing on the phone. So after you take a video, and they have this thing called Slow-fi. Like if you want to do a Pantene, for those of you that are girls out there, women that have long hair, you can do like a Slow-fi. I think that's what they called it or something like that. It's basically slow motion when you do a selfie. Have you tried Moldavite stone, Ray? Raven Moth asked me, have I tried Moldavite? I actually did. If you go to my spiritual developmental videos, I think on that I have a playlist. I have 2 videos on Moldavite, about a year apart. For those of you that don't know what Moldavite is, it is a tektite. It's not technically a crystal, but it is a tektite. It comes from the Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic. It was basically the formation of a meteor that hit Earth and combined with the soil. And when it did that, it formed this crystalline, green crystalline type of tektite, which is like a glass, really. But it's very dark, almost like a dark green. And when you hold it up to the light, you can see it's like a lime green or yellow green. When you combine it, okay, let me give you I love talking about these kind of things. If y'all haven't tried Moldavite. Moldavite is a tektite that it's like, I'm going to refer to it as a stone. But what it does, it transforms your life in positive ways. And it's not for everybody. You have to be cautious when using Moldavite because there's certain people that are not going to be able to tolerate the vibration and energy that this thing gives off. A lot of people get sick. A lot of people, when you first put it on, you'll start getting like hot flashes, thinking you're going through menopause. No offense, ladies. Guys go through menopause too. You will feel that. You will feel kind of like a flush over your face. You will feel like you will have very vivid dreams. Some of them can shock you and may snap your third eye open, and you're going to see things that you didn't see before. So the vibration, again, not everyone is going to experience that when they wear Moldavite. But what happens is that if you wear another crystal like a Herkimer or diamond with it, or what's the other one? Numite, those are going to be 2 good crystals that you can use with Moldavite, and it's going to amplify the existing energy and properties of the other crystals. So basically you can have them in the same area. But as far as that's concerned, I did wear it, maybe, I think it was in 2016. It was 2016 when I bought it. I think it was around May. And I wore it, and I felt the flushing thing. And it was right in the time I was like going through a lot of changes. I was, you know, it was like my 3rd or 4th year doing professional readings here, you know, and helping people all around the world, etc. And I still was kind of struggling in certain areas of my life with like moving forward, feeling kind of fear to come up in front of the camera and do these kind of readings and things like that in these lives. And so basically, and Moldavite is very expensive when it's authentic. Let me tell you, and I'll be backtracking and kind of going all over the place with this because I'm very passionate when it comes to crystals. But when you get Moldavite, you have to be careful where you get it. I bought mine from Crystal Vision. I can't remember the name of the place. Inner Vision Crystals, based out of New York. And the guy is pretty authentic. And he sells all these Moldavites, and they come with a certificate of authenticity. They weigh them by grams, and like a small piece, like this little, like a nugget, is probably like $60, $70. And if it's larger and it's authentic, it's probably like up in the hundreds. So it's not cheap. And if you're getting it off Amazon for $20, or you're getting it from a shop for $15 to $20, let me tell you, that's probably fake. It's probably lab created, or a lot of this is like fraud pieces that are coming from China. No offense to China, but a lot of those pieces, a lot of crystals that you get are lab created, or they're fake. Thank you, Yini Yin. I was never so natural in front of the camera. Let me tell you, I had a lot of nerves, and I finally overcame that. So I'm really, really glad to do that. But as far as like Moldavite, it did change my life like completely, because right in 2017, Hurricane Harvey came. And for those of you that have been following me since then will know that I lost everything, and our home was destroyed completely. I was homeless. And yet everything kept going through all the chaos. Like everything kept just lining up, and it was like effortless. Things just worked out. And so, yeah, Moldavite, I wore it all the time. I don't wear it anymore, but it does get you unstuck from situations. It helps propel you forward. It is a very powerful transformation stone. So if you haven't experimented with it yet, and you're going to get it, I would recommend for you to take it in baby steps. Maybe wear it for a couple hours, see how you feel. If you have a lot of anxiety, because that's another symptom that you can get from it, then I would definitely recommend for you to maybe put it up to the side, you know, on the side, or put it up somewhere for a couple hours and then put it back. If you continue to feel sick, then definitely put it up completely. It may not be for you. Like I said, Moldavite is not for everybody. And the reason for that is because there's a lot. It's thought to be part of the emerald tablets. It's thought to be an extraterrestrial tektite, like crystal stone, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, the stone itself is I feel like it is extraterrestrial. It's very powerful, and not everyone can tolerate it. And I have, you know, a very high vibration at times, and I couldn't even wear it that long. Like I would, you know, feel it. So yeah, it does transform your life pretty rapidly. And sometimes it is not going to be pleasant. You're going to go through the ups and downs. You're going to go through the gigs, as we say. But it is definitely something that I recommend. The other crystals that I use a lot of people have asked me, I don't know if y'all can see it here. I hold it up to the camera. It is this one. It's a labradorite. And that also is a stone of transformation, protection, and then a rainbow moonstone. And these are really good. And then again, I'm using a lot of the evil eye, because I have a lot of negative people that are doing bad things, and I'm not going to get into that. But that is another subject, and it's just pettiness, but it is what it is. I'm not worried about him. And then this ring here, I recently got it from Lunar Dimensions. I don't know if y'all can see it. It is a fire opal. is the triple moon, because I am a witch, but not just that. My connection to the moon is very powerful. I am a Gemini, but my rising and my ascending are Cancer. But I found something out. I recently got a reading from someone, and I found out through my astrology that my ascending is on the cusp of Leo. So they told me to read Leo horoscopes, and it makes a lot of sense. So I always have felt. Do I have any of my Leos on here? Are there any Leos in the house? Hi, Nicole. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's just jealousy and pettiness. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm so above that. Like, that's just gross to me to be, back and forth, D, you're a Leo. Tandra, your dad was. So that's really cool. I didn't know. I did not know that I was on the cusp of Leo. Like I said, I do a lot of my horoscopes, but they're intuitive based. They're from spirit. They're not really astrology. And I'm really intrigued on learning astrology and things like that. Suga says, I married a Leo. Rhonda Palmer, hi. I love you guys, and I just love, hi, Care Bear. Thank you. What crystals are good for anxiety? Definitely would be hematite. That kind of grounds you. Tiger's Eye is a good one. Clear quartz is a good one. Shungite, I think someone said shungite. That's also a good one. Denise Leslie, can you explain the witch part? What do you want to know? Like, how do I know I'm a witch, or how, can you be more specific? I knew from that I was a natural born witch always since a little child. I always had a gravitation towards witch books and, studying a lot of that. And now as an adult, a lot of the hoodoo, magic, things like that. So I've always had a gravitation towards that. And I actually have a video as well in my spiritual developmental videos that talks about how you can identify if you're a natural born witch. And also my book, Starseed Footsteps, covers that as well, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have those kind of questions, you may want to reference that. It's a lot to cover just on this live, but it's very interesting to know. Thank you, Andrea. Innopolis, stunning opal. We have the best. Y'all do. Actually, I feel like this did come from Australia, and I do have a friend that is living in Australia, but she's from the USA, and she actually had an Australian opal, which I don't have it with me right now, and I don't want to step away from the live, but next time I'm going to try to remember to show it to y'all. I'm also selling a lot of my jewelry. I have a lot of things that I've collected apart from what I buy and apart from what I've made. I have a lot of pieces like these that are, very personal that I've bought from other jewelers and etc. So if you haven't checked out my website, you want to check it out because I'm going to be selling a lot of these pieces. I'm at the phase in my life where I don't feel like we need that much material items, even though I am someone that I'm very eccentric. I love crystals and stuff. There's this realization that I've been, understanding more and more is that we don't need so many material items to be happy. And I think when we sometimes subconsciously we gravitate towards shopping and buying so many things that we don't even use or need because it kind of satisfies a void in our life that we are needing. So I definitely am getting rid of a lot of things and selling them. So be sure to check out my website. These are like really good, genuine crystals. They're very, very pretty. I have a lot of them there already. And either tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I'll be updating my website with even more. Let's see. Mari Petty says, something, Ray? I watch different vloggers, travel, food, etc. It doesn't matter what type of channel. Every blogger has trolls. That's so weird to me. I love the ring I just bought. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, it is the truth. My friend Rich Lux, I don't know him personally. He's from Houston, Texas. He is one of the drama channels. I love him to death. His channel, and I'm not name dropping him, but I'm talking about him because he's really such a sweet soul. And I think a lot of people, because he talks about other celebrities or YouTubers, they kind of want to tear him down. He's been coming out since yesterday that he's taking a break because a lot of people have said that he used the N-word, etc. How many, like, I get that. I get, like, a lot of us, especially if you're not mixed. I'm mixed, so I have African American in me. But it doesn't mean because I'm part black that it's okay for me to use the N-word, okay? And I would never use that because it's derogatory. It has a bad connotation, but now rappers nowadays, they use the word. It's used everywhere. But for me, I know the history of my ancestors that are black, that are African American. And I know that all my friends and soul family, a lot of you that are black out there that are my soul family, which I love y'all. I know the history behind the word, the N-word, and where it comes from. And my friend Pamela and I, she is black. We talk all the time about this, how people in society, they feel like it's so good to use that word in songs. Even if you're African American, I think there's still like there's like a negative connotation to that word. Like it shouldn't be used at all, because it ties back to slavery. It ties back to hatred and ignorance, basically, is what it boils down to. And so, I don't know all of the facts if he used it or not, but, he's a great soul. And we all make mistakes, but I think a lot of people nowadays, they use it, very openly, like if it was, just joking with their dogs, or their peeps, however, whatever term they use it. And they shouldn't be using it because words can come back to haunt us and they can hurt. And so now I feel bad for Rich because, he's having to deal with all of this in his own way. And a lot of other YouTubers who have reached a certain level of success are going through that. But yes, you are right. Every YouTuber has trolls. And I think it's even more prevalent when your channel has grown. Like, my channel's not necessarily a baby, but it is growing, and it is 27K, I believe. So it's growing, and I have a lot of people that come on here, but I'm not even talking about the trolls on my YouTube channel. Like, I know just people that know me, etc., which I'm not going to get into, other negative entities and people. I'll refer to them as entities that, they stay sour after so many months of no longer even communicating, and they talk trash about you to other people, and they think that that stuff is never going to come back to me, that I'm not going to have screenshots and receipts. Like, I have all that. If I wanted to take down someone, I would do it, but it's not in my nature to do it because I do believe in karma, and I do believe in the universe having balance, and whatever you send out, it's going to come back to you. And just like, it's a waste of my time and energy. I have so many blessings in my life right now to be focusing on that I don't have time to focus on the drama. And I think so many people get into this kind of kindergarten, junior high-ish type of thing, that they just want to like pick fights with other people and be petty and post things. And yeah, that's just gross. So like Ricky Thompson, he is just amazing. I don't know if y'all seen him. I posted his video on my Instagram. He was telling his haters, that just get used to it. He's just so funny because he said, you can stay mad every day, but I'm going to be here every day too. So yeah, they're just chasing. It's for clout. It's crazy. On another thing, a lot of you know that I'm a lamb. I love Mariah Carey. Love her music. Y'all need to check out her new song called In the Mix for the new show that is coming out next week, which is called Mixed-ish. It's with Tracy Ellis Ross. I love her. And I cannot wait to see the show. And so Mariah does the theme song for it. It was released like last night. It is so amazing. Her voice is, there. I think a lot of people have, talked crap about her. And I've always defended her. Her voice changed, but who doesn't change? We age. She is 50 years old, even though she's eternally 12. But, voices change, people's change. She's been very vocal about having nodules, etc. But her song for this is like giving me the 90s vibe. And I was gonna definitely do like a what do you call that, a reaction to the song. I was like, no, I don't want to do that on my channel because, then they can copyright you, like give you a copyright. I'm not like familiar like how many seconds you can play a video before they like cut you off and block your video. So it's just crazy. But I'm going to definitely be seeing, since I'm mixed, I'm going to be seeing Mixed-ish because it resonates with me. And I feel like it's so good that there is a show out there that kind of like speaks to the things that we go through. Like going to school, I was always bullied, etc. But I never felt like I fitted in with one group. Like people would ask me, "Is your mom white?" And then what other colors are you? And I never felt, that I fit in with the white kids, and I never felt like I fit in necessarily with the Hispanic kids. And I ended up having my best friend, Lisa, and she was Black. And it was just something about, my Black heritage and clicking, like blood calls blood. And you just know. And I've always had a lot of friends that are just primarily African American. So, yeah, this is the actual show that I'm definitely going to see. I'm very, very excited about Mixed-ish. Not because Mariah is singing the song, but because the cast, and it's showing biracialness, multiracial, being mixed, and what it's about. Like, it's going to have a lot of powerful themes on how people are treated. Because I think that when you are mixed, there is like a dichotomy. There is like people are treated a certain way. You're treated differently. You're treated horribly sometimes, and it's ignorance because again, people don't raise their kids to accept everyone or love everyone, and you just don't fit in because a lot of people, sometimes even our Black peeps will say, that will, well, you're trying to be Black, you're trying to be, acting Black, and that was one of the things that I never got to experience from my Black friends, etc. And I'm so thankful that I was never told that. But there's some people, I'm pretty sure now that see this and they're like on my channel and they're like, well, you always talk about, because I actually did get a lot of hate from some Black people. And it's just a shame, they were like, when I first started being very, very verbal that I was part Black, they were like, no, you're not. Like, why are you doing all Black people? Why are you talking and doing readings about Black people only? And it's like, it was just ignorant. And I was like, no, I do readings on everybody. Like, I do a lot of primarily, of Black people because to me, I don't know, I just always feel gravitated towards my blood, part of my heritage and ancestry, and I click with a lot of people, but it's just ignorance, like what it boils down to. And even in in mixed, even if you're mixed or you're not mixed, you're always going to have someone in every culture that's going to have judgment or be prejudiced. You can be Hispanic and be prejudiced against other people. It's not just white people being prejudiced against Black people or Black people being prejudiced against white people. Like, Black people can be prejudiced against their own race. And I've seen it. And my friend Pam and I, we've talked about it. And yeah, it's ignorance. Like, we need to accept one another for who we are. We're all brothers and sisters. Yeah, it suppresses us. It's like it's taken us back to, like, we're not even any better than our, those people that did slavery and that did the civil rights that were, attacking Black people, etc. We're still like living that today because a lot of people are creating this divide instead of helping people, and ending that division. Like, I think that's what they want. They want us to be divided. That's what the government wants. They want us to be divided so they can step in and they can do all these things and then take away our rights. Because think about it, when you're divided, you're not really focusing on the actual problems in society, and you're not unified. Everybody is bickering. Everybody's in mixed emotions, etc. And so that's definitely like, what is going on in the world. And I think a lot of people that are awoken, like a lot of you out there, my rays of light, understand that's what's going on. Like, it's just division. It's crazy. Let me read here. Thank you. I got this hat on Amazon, nothing fancy. I can't remember what was the name of it, but it was like $15. I'm a very much of a bargain shopper. Like, the only thing that I will ever spend on maybe once are shoes. Like, I'm a shoe person. So, like, shoes, I definitely like, name brand sometimes. But, like, clothes, just ASOS. I shop at ASOS a lot. Target. I'm not about, Fendi and Gucci and all these things. Like, I wouldn't mind if they would want to donate me some of their clothes. I mean, I would wear it if it came in my size, but I'm not about that. Like, I keep it simple. And you'd be surprised if you have a keen sense of fashion. You can find a lot of things that are cheap that look very expensive. Because a lot of the things that are out there that are very expensive, they're usually, there. One of the things that I did want to talk about before I get into the readings, because I'm going to do some readings. I know that I'm just rambling on. It's about people that have money. Like, I've been hearing this a lot and getting this a lot. A lot of you that are financially struggling, or maybe you have money and you are with someone that maybe is very much a penny pincher and very cheap. You have to understand, I want you to understand, for those of you that are listening, that when it comes to money, you're not going to take it with you to your grave. You're not going to take it when you leave this physical world. It's okay to spend money and pamper yourself. It's okay to spend money and waste money on yourself. It's okay to waste money on those that you love. I think there's just so much fear around money that people want to save it, and they're thinking, I'm going to save it and I'm going to be rich if I save it, or I'm going to, and they never get to live in the moment and enjoy money, because there's people that, in families, they're penny pinchers and they're so cheap. Like, and I'm not talking trash about anyone, but there are people that will go, that have money, millionaires, that go to a fast food restaurant and get like a bunch of load of condiments, squeeze them out into a ketchup bottle, to fill up their ketchup bottle at home, and get all these free things when they can afford it. And it's like, they're trying to save money because they feel like they're going to, but you never know, we never know when our hour is coming. And yeah, we need to enjoy life and enjoy the, having it. You can't take that money with you. And so many people are like that with families. They don't want to leave a will, or, they want to be buried in their money, or they want to be buried in their Royce, what do you call that car? A Rolls Royce. It's insane. It's insane to hold on to all of that. And it sounds funny, but there are people that have requested outlandish things like that to be buried in. That's crazy. I don't get that. And like me, I've always struggled. Like, when I bought my iPhone, or I bought my first Giuseppe Zanotti, because I'm not throwing labels, but I do have some. But I bought them in clearance. Like, I have no shame saying that. I bought them, like, they were like $400. I know, but you're listening, you're probably thinking, why would you need a $400 pair of shoes, Ray? But you have to understand, when you get a sale and you can't afford it. Like, I've worked my buns off for, the things that I have. Like, this is not a success, etc., that overnight. Like, I've worked extremely hard helping people. And, that's the part that I've had to, like, grow and deal with, is that it's okay to spend money on yourself. And I never talk about it. But money is energy. Yeah. And it's like an even exchange. If you don't use that in the right way for yourself, and you're just giving to other people, or you're so focused on just saving, and you don't splurge a little, then you're really losing the point of living life to the fullest here in the physical world, and helping, yourself as well. But yeah, just so that you know, I do have a pair of Giuseppe Zanottis. I have several pairs, but I bought them when they were on sale, on clearance. Like, I never bought them full price. I would never buy a shoe, because they retail like for $1,000, and I would never do that. So the things that I do have, like, I treasure them. Like, I only wear them on special occasions, when I'm going out of town, etc. I am a shoe snob, but I'm like a Puma boy. I love Puma shoes. I love Adidas. Those are my two brands, and that's what I go through. Like, and Nike, I like Nike a lot, but I'm more Puma. So, all right, I'm gonna stop babbling, and I'm gonna get into the readings here. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just real life, I want to talk about real life issues and things like that here, and people that will judge me and say, well, you spent $400 on a pair of shoes, you're absolutely insane. There's people that spend on hair extensions that are imported from India that are like $1,000. Like, a lot of you women out there, this to be true. Like, it's not cheap to get hair that if y'all are getting your hair weave, etc., those are not cheap. If you go get your hair done at a salon, it can get up to like 200 or 300 depending on where you're going for your salon. There's a lot of things that we spend things on, and a lot of guys, they'll spend it on rims or putting their, on their vehicle, getting, what do you call that? Like the sound system, so it's just like blurting out. So yeah, I'm like, we all spend monies at one point or another. That Malaysian hair. Yeah, it ain't cheap, especially if you're getting that. I keep seeing someone saying that she is losing her hair. I don't do medical readings, but I can give you some insight. If you want to reach out to me by email, Marisol, and maybe I can address that on there. I'd feel more comfortable doing it on there. I do give sometimes some insight about medical things that I picked up. But for you, I definitely need to focus on your energy. And it's not that I'm avoiding you, but I definitely want you to know that I'm not ignoring you, that I see your question. So you can definitely do that. Okay, so if you want a question, ask something specific, or if you just want a general reading, just say general comment, and I will be picking random people for that and doing some readings here. See what time it is. 7:22. Oh yeah, we still have a lot of time. Okay, let me see here. Jamie S. Let me pull some cards for Jamie S. She wants a general reading. And somebody was so sweet. They were like, you don't look like you're 37 years old. And I really appreciate it. I do feel like I'm 37, but I've taken pretty good care of myself. At some point, I'm definitely going to get Botox, and that's just me. And you can say that I'm superficial, whatnot, but we got to take care of ourselves. Like, I definitely will. I'm all about, taking care of yourself, but I am 37. A lot of people say that I don't look it. I feel like I am, but it's just the genes. Okay, so pulling some cards. Go up again. Jamie S. That's who I was reading. I was trying to remember the name. These things go really, really fast. La lancha behind you for me is my mom. You said, oh, yeah, that's the boat. A lancha is a boat in Spanish. Bienvenidos a todos ustedes que están aquí. Nomás hablan español. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Sí hablo la lenguaje de español. Soy bilingüe, so si ustedes quieren comprar una lectura, me pueden contactar a www.raymondguzman.net /shop. Okay, so Jamie S. We got the card ending, which is like in the regular tarot cards, this would be some, exactly like the death card. What it means is that there is an ending. There's a finality coming to some situation in your life. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling like things are not changing, but there is definitely something coming forward for you. To get more clarity, there's two choices. So again, it feels like what Spirit is saying is that possibly there's two different directions that you're being pulled. Maybe your love life, you have questions about that. Maybe it is your family that you're worried about. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's your finances and love. And it feels like you're being pulled in two different directions. You maybe are not getting clarity in that. I feel like there's definitely more changes coming in your financial area than your love life, Jamie S. And so let me see what the next card is. There is going to be some happiness on the horizon. That's what Spirit is basically showing. So there is happiness. There is a positive change. Like, to me, even though, like, when I get the ending card, let me hold them up for you. Look at the transition. It's like a lot of darkness. Like, those are the feelings that I would describe, like what you're feeling at times, like anxiety, despair, feeling just tired, like you want to give up. Like, it's a lower vibration. when we get to this, the two choices, like you see that there's a lot of white in the background, and then you see happiness, the rainbow, the rainbow synonymous with unity, with acceptance, and just like a new, connection to spirit as well. Like I feel like spirit is definitely guiding you and is helping you with the decisions. There's something definitely about money. Spirit keeps referring to money. So whatever your worries are, they are going to get better. And that's the reading for you. These are mini readings, guys. I don't do in depth like my private readings, primarily because there's a lot of energy here. I'm also going to be my readings. All of my readings are on sale until the end of September. September 30th it ends. So if this is your time to get a private reading, if you want one, go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net. And my Spanish is not that good. I need to work on it. There's things that I forget. Let me see here. Martina Betts from England calling. Can you please give me a message, from my beloved brother Christian, who died a year ago on the 8th of October. He was only 41. I'd be so grateful. I want to thank you so much for asking that question. I'm so sorry for your loss. I do feel his energy, and I do see that he is around. I feel like he was very private in certain ways. Like he didn't want a lot of people to be up in his business or to really know like what he was really feeling. He hid a lot of things very well from people, is what I'm hearing. I keep getting a lot of pain on my back. I don't know what that means to you, but he makes me feel a lot of pain back here, around the neck, upper back. Give me a second here, because it's different when I do mediumship readings. I'm channeling, and I'm allowing them to go through me to give me the messages. He's showing me a place. I don't know if this would be familiar with you, but it's like a lot of open fields. There is a lot of trees. It's very pretty, very peaceful. And there is like a big barn, or this is like the countryside. It would be near a village or a small town. But it is miles outside of where y'all normally would have lived. I feel like there's something about traveling there and some special memories being created. He is showing me a female, so I don't know if he was with someone that was a little bit younger, but I am getting like a female, could be a friend. She has long hair, always wore makeup, very beautiful. And very attractive. And I feel like there are some feelings for this person. He says that he is okay. He wants you to know that he is okay. I feel like you've tried to reach out to him through other mediums. You've tried to get him to kind of give you signs that he's around. And I'm hearing that he is communicating with you, but I feel like a part of you is kind of like blocking it. I would have his photograph printed out if you don't already. If you have a photo, and put it like near a tray, and put something of your brother that he would have liked when he was alive. It could be like a piece of food, or something that he would have enjoyed, and put it there. And I feel like he will definitely be a lot more present. Sometimes when we have photographs, it does bring presence closer, or bring that energy closer so they can communicate with you. I don't also know that if he's saying that he was sort of mischievous at times. I don't know if like this was when he was younger, growing up. I don't know if you've had things missing recently, but he keeps making me feel like you may not find certain keys, or you may not find certain things that they may be missing. And then I also feel and see like there would be other people that feel his presence as well. So he definitely is around. I definitely get that. And again, he's making me feel like he could not, like something with the throat, with when I'm communicating with the throat chakra, like when I'm getting targeted there by him, like it was like a lump, like when you have a knot in your throat. To me, that makes me feel like he couldn't open up, like he struggled with communication with people. Like anything that he would have said, it may have been taken out of context, etc. So I hope that that helps you, Martina. If you want more, you can book a private mediumship reading with me. That is what I have for you, hon, and I hope that it helps. But he is okay, and you need to know that. And many blessings to you. Also, I don't know, because he keeps showing me Scotland, Scottish. I don't know what the connection is, if there was something with Scotland or Scottish, maybe an ancestry or background. And the Eiffel Tower, is it you? Are you the one that wants to go to Paris, France, like visit that? Is there like a trip coming up, or there's some connection to Paris? He keeps showing me the Eiffel Tower, and that's all I'm getting. But he shows me that, so I'll let you hold on to that. If anything that doesn't make sense right now, that's okay. Just hold on to it. I'm just reading the comments. Natasha Ski says, I definitely bought every uncrossing spray you recommended and a shitload of selenite. Your girl ain't playing. And that's what's up, Natasha. That uncrossing spray, it really works. Tandra Kidman, I feel that you are with you right now. I have chills, Raymond. Message could come from my mom or dad. Thank you so very much. For you, they keep showing me a teddy bear. I don't know who was given the teddy bear, but they keep showing me the teddy bear and talking about the teddy bear. And also the dolly. I don't know if you still have dolls or you collect them, but I keep seeing that too. And that's for Tandra Kidman. But I see that. There is some special connection to that. And also the 23rd, they keep showing me the number 23. This could be the month of February or March. February or March, or a connection to 23. Like there was a turning point in your life at the age of 23. Hold on to that. That's for Tandra Kidman. Let me see here. Come on. Let me see. I'm just reading all the comments. There's so many comments. Oh my God, Tandra Kidman, are you serious? On March 23rd? Oh my God, I have chills. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have chills. Like, things like this, they surprise me. Like, I get surprised when I do these mediumship readings and people say that, well, it's fake, you know, you're not communicating with spirit, and it's true. You know, we can't make these things up. So that's how you know that your mom is here. You know, she was passing that message on. I don't know about the teddy bear, if you'll make that connection, but she is definitely here. And these are the things that you can't make up. You know, you can't make them up. Like, it's real. Like, spirit is real. That's amazing. And big angel hugs to you, sweetie. We do have dolls. See, there's a lot of just validations left and right. Your dad gave you the teddy bear for Christmas? Oh, that is so sweet. Do you still have the teddy bear? Because he kept showing me the teddy bear. That's awesome. So when you think of, when you hold that teddy bear, you're having a connection with your father's soul, and know that your father is there with you. Let me see here. Let me just go. And a lot of people that will be tuning in, they may say, well, that's just, you pulled that out of your, you know, patootie. It's like, you know, basic things like that. Well, anyone can say that. Like, no, not everyone can say that. Like, not everyone has a teddy bear. Not every person was given, or not everyone had a birthday or a death on the 23rd. These are the things that I'm talking about with mediumship, which I will be teaching courses on mediumship and how it works. It's like when you're in the zone and you're channeling spirit and you're becoming the vessel so that spirit can work through you and give you those messages so that you can pass them on to the sitter, to the person that you're doing the reading. It is an energetic connection. They will show you. Like, I'm a clairvoyant, so I see visions of what is going on. I'm looking at you with my two eyes here. I'm reading the comments, but through my third eye in the mind, I see visions. These are snapshots. So like for a moment, I don't see my own vision here. I'm connecting and seeing visions at the same time from the spirit world. And that is how mediumship works when you tie in clairvoyance into it. So it is a blessing. It's a gift, but it's also like a curse in many ways because we don't always see the good. We can see the bad too. Did somebody on here die from an embolism? I keep hearing and feeling like there was a pulmonary embolism. This would have been a female that would have passed, and she would have been, I want to say, in her 60s. That led either to a stroke. I'm getting her presence very much with me, and she's very anxious, and she's making me feel very anxious. Who was that for? Care Bear, I'm so sorry. She's okay. You need to know that. And a lot of you said it's your grandmother. Let me see what else she's going to give me. She's showing me the color blue in association with sapphires. I don't know who can, with the color blue, sapphires. This could be September. She had shorter hair when she was alive. And she is showing me, I want to say her eyes were blue. Would that still be you all, Raven? Care Bear? So it's one of y'all. Just hold on to that message. Like I said, this is the part of being a medium. Like, I don't know everything. I can't pinpoint who. There's so much energy. It's not like working one-on-one with someone, but I have a lot of spirits coming through, and I'm trying to describe or something that they made. It would have been like a casserole, a lot of cheese, goulash. I keep hearing goulash. I don't know who would cook this, but it's like not everybody knows about goulash, but there is like a special casserole that she would be making. So I don't know if that's going to be someone that y'all can relate to. Hey guys. Tandra, your mom made goulash, so you know what goulash is. You saying your connection is horrible? Guys, I know that y'all are wanting me to read specific people, and I am sorry about that, but I can only read who I'm guided to by spirit. It doesn't mean like I'm ignoring you or I don't want to read you. I can only read who I have an energetic draw or connection to. Let me see here. Care Bear, let me go ahead and give you a general reading, okay? I know you're asking about your daughter. You can email me about that. We can go into detail. Let me see what's coming up, if there's any messages for you about your daughter or for you. And that's for Care Bear. I know that somebody said this video is spotty, but I don't have any issues. Like usually it will show on my screen if there is a connection issue. They don't see it. So maybe it's just your internet connection. Sometimes it does that. And it just could be the energy. All right, Care Bear. So let me pull up some cards here. Oops. Card fell. Let me get that card. Okay. Okay, with your daughter, Care Bear, I don't know how old she is. But the first card, let me put them in the order that I got them, was heartbreak. So there's something about a relationship, love, family turmoil, very rebellious. I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot of that would fit her, but there is elements of heartbreak. Like, this could also be you obviously missing her, that you're heartbroken. But I also feel like there is this part of Spirit is kind of saying that the family was kind of broken to begin with. I get a lot of anger from her for some reason, as well. So I don't know what went on in the family, but I'm getting a lot of those vibrations from her, from that energy. And again, we got the card two choices. Like either she was given two different choices to make, or there's two different people in her life, that she may have been pulled or gravitated towards. And it was like very difficult. So I know you said she's missing. This is a message here about self-love and loving oneself, a lot more. I feel like you have put a lot of emphasis in it. You have every right as a mom, to be worried about your child, but I think Spirit is also telling you to love yourself a lot more, and focus on yourself. So go ahead and do that. So you're putting check marks. Yes, yes, yes. She's 24-year-olds. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, I feel like she will. I don't know. I feel like she will come back around to you. I don't know. Like I said, as a psychic medium, I don't have all the answers, and I think a lot of people think, well, you're psychic, you should know this, you should know that, and you should always be 100% right. But I do feel like a part of her does think of you, and she is hurting. It's a lot of hurt. I feel like she is maybe bipolar. There's some mental issues going on. And I don't want to talk about all of this here because I know it's very painful and it's very private for you. But I do get a lot of that Care Bear with your daughter. And so, again, yeah, you're confirming that. So I apologize if I kind of cross lines saying this. That's what I said. I'm always trying to deliver messages in a tactful way. So it's not, it's not hard to read it, or to listen to it. And I think with my readings in private, like I get a lot of people that may be expecting like a generic reading, but when I start reading them at the soul level and they, thank you, hun. I know that I'm not attacking, but still I'm very respectful and mindful of the people that I read for online, because not everybody wants their business aired, on here. But like when I read people in private, I had recently an experience with this lady, and she was like, I just cannot relate to anything that you said. It's like, that's just not me. And it's like when someone is like lying to you, and you're an empath, you're a psychic. I felt like telling this lady, look, I've read for thousands of people for years all over the world. And I'm not, usually I am at 95% correct. There are times when I am, not correct. And I fess up to that. And I'm not perfect. So I'm not going to try to be there and be perfect. But a lot of people don't want to hear things. They're not ready for it. And that was the first thing that came up in the very beginning. Spirit didn't want me to read her, but that was the one thing that I should have listened to Spirit, because I knew what the outcome was going to be from the very beginning. And so I ended up reading her, and it was, I knew how she was going to react, and she reacted exactly the way that I, and I should have listened to Spirit. So that's the thing about doing readings for people. Like if you're doing readings and you're doing this spiritual kind of work, and you feel guided not to read someone, do it. Like I have a disclaimer on my website. Like I have turned people away because either they have a very negative vibe, they're not open, or they're playing mind games coming to me to test me, to see how much I know, And so I'm like, I don't play those games. If you don't believe me, don't come to me, go to somebody else, go to Etsy. Talking about that before I go on reading, I'm not going to read a lot of people because there's so much that I want to cover, and it's only an hour and a half. But let me give you some tea. I wanted some insight on my life recently, so I went to Etsy. I asked about my career because one of the things that I definitely want to get into is like TV, eventually radio, etc., and just want to grow my career. And doing it in a way where I don't have to like socially climb ladders or, be underhanded or, suck up to people to make it on TV, etc. And so I had this reading done by this lady on Etsy, which I'm not going to give the name of it. It was an $11 reading. Let me tell you, period poo. Let me just tell you how it went down. So I got the reading and everything was just wrong. Everything was so negative. Like, I've had readings from like top world-renowned psychic mediums. My friend Michelle White Dove has read me before. She is amazing. Her readings, are amazing. It's very detailed. I just like sometimes to get psychic readings for myself. Who doesn't? Etsy, that's right. We don't know her. It's Etsy.com. I love Etsy. That's where I get all my crystals and stuff, like herbs, Florida water, things like that. But you can also go, it's a website. It's www.etsy.com. And you can actually, period, poo. Yeah, and so I paid $11. Mr. Shoddy, don't be laughing. So I paid $11 for that reading, and everything that came back from this lady was like, you're not going to be on TV. You're not going to be successful. I don't actually even see you working in this career field. Like, I would not invest time and energy on that. And just like negative, like everything was so negative. And the thing is that at the end, I questioned her. I said, well, tell me what career I'm in, since you are a psychic medium. Tell me what career I'm in now, because I paid without my PayPal, which says spiritual medium Raymond Guzman. I just paid with my credit card, which is Raymond Guzman, so they wouldn't know that I'm a psychic medium. Because yeah, there's a lot of people that will start judging you or looking you up if they know who you are. So I was very candid about it, and she was like, well, if you would have been more specific and told me that you worked in the medical field, I could have tailored my reading around that. But you should get a lot of like different readings from Etsy from different readers and compare them. That's what she told me. I was like, no, ma'am. No, you didn't just, tell me to go and get more readings from people and then compare them. And she told me, come back in 6 months. In 6 months, you can tell me like who was accurate. And she had a lot of good reviews on her Etsy account. But I feel like they were all dated at the same time. There were fake accounts, maybe herself doing those reviews. It is crazy, insane. And this is what I mean by like being very careful when you go and get readings. You're going to get what you pay for. A lot of people see me and they think, well, $120 for a reading with me is expensive. Yes, not everyone is able to do that. But when I first started, the price of living has gone up. When I first started reading people, I started charging like $15 a reading, $25. And over the years, I've gotten to the point where things that are expensive, like I pay taxes to the government. I'm registered. Like, I have to pay back Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam gets a big chunk of that. And if you're a legit medium, you're going to do that. Some mediums, I'm not going to be throwing shade, use, what's that other paying source? It's not Vimeo. Is it Vimeo? No, Venmo. They use Venmo so that they don't get caught. Like, with PayPal, they report all of their earnings to the IRS. So you have to pay. But my readings, I try to keep them and do these sales like I'm doing now to keep them, pretty decent price. A lot of people say, well, I don't have the $80. You're still too expensive, because that's the cheapest reading that I'm offering right now. But really, it's $120 when it's not on sale. That's my cheapest reading. But there are people out there that are mediums that charge $300, $400, up to $1,000. Like, I've seen people charge up to $1,000. Like, to me, that is when you're starting to extort, money from people. You're not really, it's not about helping them. But yeah, like I said, don't trust every site that you go to. Like, there are good readers on Etsy. Don't get me wrong, but this lady was full of crap. She was full of baloney, and I was about to like tell her, look, ma'am, I'm a psychic medium, professional psychic medium, and I've been reading people, and you're so wrong. She was like, when I went back and asked her, she was like, well, she says, what did she say exactly? She said, I know that you're probably upset and this was not what you wanted to hear. She was telling me that. She said, so then I was like, the inner witch in me, the inner bitch, wanted to be like, look, Missy, you cannot be telling me. And she was an older lady. No, I didn't get a refund at all. I let her keep the $11. I was very calm about it. I said, you know what? Thank you so much. I really am going to hold on to all of the things that you said. And I was very polite about it. I'm not about, there are people that are like that, that go off on people and just are very nasty. If she is fake, which I feel like, I'm not going to judge and say that, but some people have off days. I don't know. But for me, it was not accurate at all. And, there's a lot of people that claim to have the gift and don't. And so, no, I'm not going to expose people. That's not what I'm trying to do on here. But I'm just showing you, like, I wanted to talk about it because there are people that claim to be psychic that don't even have, they couldn't help you. Like, they cannot help you. Like, it's very basic. And I've had some psychic readings from people, again, where they just copy and paste things, and you see your email reading, and it's in different fonts, like they just took and copied and pasted from another person's reading and stuck it into your reading. So yeah, it's crazy. But if that's her thing, good for her. Whoop-de-doo. But for me, like, I will never go back to that. I have my selected personal psychic mediums that I go to, that there's like 2 of them that I trust, and those will be like the only ones that I go to have them read me. And also my friend Pamela Williams, if you are looking for a psychic reading, she does pendulum questions and also some tarot card spreads. I definitely recommend her. And you can check her out on Instagram. It's at Pamela E. Williams. And she's really amazing. Just say that Ray referred you, and she'll know. But I trust Pam. And, she doesn't exhort you. Then you have people that claim to be conjurers, claim to have these gifts, and they can do this work for you, but you have, they need to sell you a kit and things for you. And then it becomes like $500, or they want you to come back to them every week to get a reading. And then you have within a month's time, you've paid them $1,000, for them to do all this work for you that you may not be able to see, like burn candles for you, etc. And it's just crazy. So yeah, for mediums, like there's my friend Mystic Michaela. She's the real deal. Her mom is a medium, Peggy Lynch. She's really great. Michelle White Dove. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's someone that I definitely recommend. Again, my friend Pamela, those I recommend. There's a lot of other readers. Like if I haven't read them, if I haven't given you that name here, it's just off the top of my mind that I can't think of them. But there's a lot of real psychics out there that I do trust. But there are a lot that period poo, don't trust them. That's my trademark. Like that's my word now. Period poo. So yeah, it is. I've heard of Sloan Bella. I'm not gonna comment, but she is a fellow YouTuber, and I have no opinion of her, and I'll just keep it at that. I don't know her, like Mariah says. I don't know her at all. Like I don't know her. I've never talked to her. But a lot of people are into her videos. She does her own thing. I do mine. So that's all. Period poo. Moving on from that. Let me catch myself before I do that. Mr. Shoddy read, it's the House of Hoodoo. Jessica Winston is the owner of that, and I can't remember what street it's on, but it's there in New Orleans. It's the House of Hoodoo. She has a lot of amazing candles. Okay, so let me go ahead and start reading again. I'm not going to use my cards because I have like 5 minutes. And I need to wrap it up because tonight is Psychic Kids on A&E, and I need to see that. So let me do one more reading here. You need mercy with that saying for sure. I know. I don't do phone readings. No, I do email and I do chat readings. My chat readings have a 5 to 8 weeks waiting period. A lot of people connect with phone readings, but for me, I don't want to do phone readings because I prefer having a photograph in reading off of the energy and at the soul level of a photograph. And I have so many other things that I cannot just have a specific time frame unless it's a chat reading to do a reading at a specific time, because I would never get anything done. That's how a lot of people ask me, like, how do you get things done? You do so much. You keep your YouTube videos going. You keep your, your jewelry site updated, your website updated. You post on Instagram. And it's because I have a set schedule on how I do that. Like, it's in the order that you pay for, like, reading, people pay for readings. That's how I do them. And the time frame is 2 to 4 weeks. And it used to be 7 to 14 business days, but it's grown so much, my clientele, and I'm so grateful. But it is 2 to 4 weeks is the waiting period for an email reading. It's usually not that long. I kind of go through them really quick. and get to you faster. But that's the allotted time frame that I give. So let me just see here. Okay, Marilyn Bial, you asked, does Dad approve of my legal actions? I feel like, yeah, he does. He definitely does. I feel like for you, you're having mixed conflict, and whatever's going on is stealing your peace. I feel like there's something going on, not only with your well-being, but it's affecting your own health. Just like not feeling energy, like feeling very drained and fatigued. You need to raise your vibrations, hun. You need to definitely do some things. Step out into the sunlight. Step out barefooted onto grass. Ground yourself. Take a bath in sea salt. Do that because that's going to help you raise your vibrations. Meditate, stretch. I feel like you're so tense, like your bones pop. I keep hearing bones pop, like you're just so like a ball of stress. So you need to de-stress and stop worrying about the legal actions that you're doing because it's going to work out. All right, guys. So I'm going to definitely wrap it up. I really, really appreciate it, y'all. This Sunday, stay tuned to my Instagram. I have Chris. His name is Chris Montoya, and he is an intuitive business coach, and I'm going to be doing a live and interviewing him. So I have that going on, and then a lot of other exciting things that I will be announcing here soon. I love you so, so much, all of you. I really do. Thank you for being here with me, and blessings and love and light wherever you are in the world. Have a good night.